Scorpio, welcome to your reading. It's my pleasure to read for you, as you know, and as you also know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't have to have any significant scorpionic placements in your natal chart for these messages to be for you, and you don't have to be watching at the time that I'm doing this or publishing this for the messages to be for you. If they resonate, then they are likely for you, but use your discernment. If they don't resonate, take a step back, then come back at a later time to see if the messages have materialized enough for you to recognize them as being for you. If you'd like to work more personally with me, God bless you, you know exactly where to find me at my Etsy link. Go ahead, and if you enjoy the videos that I do, please go ahead and press the like button and or put a heart on there, and yeah, let's jump right in. Now, Scorpio, this is take two. Actually, just a few seconds ago, I started saying my spiel and the wind came in and blew the whole door open. Now, I already knew, I had to go like close it, but I already knew, look at this line up here. We're talking ancestral lineage for you. So as I was making my way back from the door, I saw this guy and I heard somebody is exiting the bloodline, and we see imprisonment. So whatever this is for you guys, it could be that somebody is leaving, some masculine figure in your family line is maybe, God bless, transitioning or leaving the bloodline altogether, or just something like that. But that's, we see that there, and I feel that this is not necessarily a positive energy that we're seeing. So if you are equating it with, oh, that's my pop, love him, and all that, this isn't your pop. Okay, God bless. Shout out to pop. This is some other energy in your bloodline that you may or may not even be aware of. So remember that we're reading in the energetic field, and a lot of times we have ancestors that may be on the other side. They may be in another part of the world, right? Because we're talking about bloodline here. Could be energetic bloodline as well. But either way, your spirit, your soul will know what this is about. And some of you may actually know it as well. But as I was feeling it go, I feel like, much lighter now, 2 minutes and 2 seconds, much lighter now. So let's go ahead and acknowledge that me being moved off to the side. It's so interesting because as this moved out, I saw my cards. I just have some stuff pushed over to the side, and it just looked so beautiful for a second. I'm just going to pull it on. I was going to say mastery. That I was going to read this, but it said mastery is the spice of life, right? And then we've got this beautiful new copper bracelet that I chose. Etsy, right? Along with this ring. That's so pretty. But it just looked so beautiful, and it's like this can come in as this goes out. So not sure what this is, but it's giving me vibes. In the last, they're like, why you gotta move it off? I was like, I don't know, I just moved it out of the way, yeah, I just finished doing the Libra reading, and yeah, they were very strongly talking about the toxic masculine needing healing and undergoing healing right now in order for what? The feminine to be able to express, the feminine to be able to flow, right? So that's what we were getting there. Now, I got the word blurry earlier for you guys, Scorpios, or whoever you are. Now that we've cleared up that little chat about the ancestor stuff, now I want to get back to, let's look at the cards, because this was giving me a real ancestor vibe. So let's just see what's going on here. Wow, talk about keeping it in the family. Like, everything is real. As I said, keeping in the family. Dang, I turned over the expel card. Who this, right? I'm just saying. This is a very closed energy here. So this could be really a shifting of frequencies, a shifting of energies. What is this about? I almost want to turn around, like turn so I can see. Let's see what that is. Because I think it's pretty significant that the message isn't coming for me, because you guys know they tend to come really fast, which I like. Ain't nobody got time for these slow messages. All right, let me focus. As I'm looking at this is opening up energetically. So we're looking at a two-dimensional, well, you and me too, I guess, on some level. Well, you seeing something two-dimensionally rendered, right? But actually, as I look at it, it's starting to pop up in a three-dimensional way. I'm seeing it spiraling up, and now I have this structure here, right? So they're saying it's like a mini. They're saying mini solar tree 4 minutes 44 seconds. This is a moment where we seek to understand, not to be understood. I don't know what they mean by a solar tree, but somebody out there watching may. But either way, I don't know what it means, so I'm not going to put any meanings onto it because nothing was brought through with that. I will go over and look at it in a different way. But I mean, go online and try to look it up, not attaching to any one thing, because it has to be run through my system first for its veracity, right? Now, as I was saying this, I'm feeling ancestrally some energies coming up from the grandmothers, right? From these indigenous, what feel like could be indigenous aspects of the family line. Now we can think about them as the tribal leaders, no, not leaders, tribal elders, which are kind of like the matriarchs and the patriarchs, but it's not just one, right? They're saying it's a deep ancestral line. So as it's coiled up and like opened up, sorry, I don't know if you guys can see. Well, can you see it? What am I saying? Can you perceive what I'm trying to say? It's like whoop, coiled up like this. Now it's like there are many different people on this tree, so they're like shaking it right now. Certain people are falling off of the line for whatever reason that is. Now as we're shaking it as well, like I can turn it. As we're shaking it, we can zoom in to one family member, they're saying, that's on one little part, and kind of see what's going on. Does this person need healing? What do they need to do for the collective of the tree, right? So sometimes they're saying this is opening us up to this concept of being moved. Being moved by what? And you may say being moved by the divine. Some people may say, oh, I'm what do they say? Generational curse breaker, or whatever it is. You feel compelled, I'm being moved by mission, whatever it is. Sometimes you're moving by your own volition, but sometimes you're moving along the lines of what is best for the unit, because you didn't just come down here alone, and you're so buried or deeply embedded as a part of this family structure. Look at the structure right there. Family structure that when one moves, it shifts the other. And so that's why we can work together, they're saying. That's why certain energies and entities can come into you, come into your line, be attracted to you, whether hopefully for the positive, but maybe not always. And it's not simply because you did something. It could be because of steps and missteps and actions taken by others. Now we hear this all the time, sins of the father, to 7 generations. And then we're like, oh my God, is this like the Kennedys? Like, what's going on, right? But it's almost irrelevant, but that's coming through for me in the sense that this seems very similar. So sometimes you're being moved, you're experiencing certain things, that are I don't want to say out of your control, but that are a direct result of being part of a lineage, they're saying. Now, what I'm getting, and I love this because as I'm telling you, I'm feeling it, as this energy is being extracted from the field, I'm seeing like a tail with it, like a cord, thank you. Oh, cord. With it that has pierced through a lot of other people, members in the field. So when this person is I'm getting excommunicated, is being released, is being, I don't want to say exiled, but that is like, expelled, whatever the word is. And I can't locate what that word is particularly, because you guys have different frequencies, and how it manifests for you in your life is going to be a different detail. So what's the detail there, right? But it's just a removal. As that's happening, I'm feeling that energy being pulled up from right through my spine, my pelvis, all of that out. So this is an extraction of energies that were not good for us. And this is the beautiful thing that's coming through with this message here. Now, Scorps, I know some of you are like brushing your shoulder off right now. Like, yeah, we do that filtration for the family because we're on that scorpionic bent. Like, I just want to let you know, you don't have to have several seats here. I'm not telling you to even have a seat, but I am letting you know this is bigger than you. All right. So in a sense, if we are all going through this, I would say we can have seats. All of us can have seats, not because we didn't do anything or we didn't put in on this, but because what's going on is larger than us and has nothing really to do us. There is a shaking of the family branches. There's a shaking of the family line that's happening. And this family line I'm getting goes on for generations. I don't know, for somebody here I'm getting 360 years. Whatever this movement is, this is creating a reverb, right? A healing effect that takes away about 360 years of energy. So I'm also getting, and this is really interesting, that this person or this energy that's being removed is somehow taking on karma for the family line as a way of balancing what was put in motion by the, I don't want to use the P word, punishment, because I don't believe in that, because I mean, listen, who am I, right? But I try to tap into the higher frequencies, and the way in the higher frequencies we don't have these kinds of concepts. But we're, there are many dimensions, many realities, many realms between here and, I mean, just roll up to the astral plane already. You're seeing a whole bunch of different stuff. So whatever's going on somewhere, this looks like, it just looks like an energy exchange, like as a way of punishment or justice or karmic, or I don't know what to say, and I'm not trying to make meaning of it, and this is the way we should approach these things. But as part of their balancing act, they're saying they've been gifted, they're saying, they're funny, 11 minutes 11 seconds, they're gifted some of these troubles, like boom, there you go, and you'll have to take care of that. And that releases a lot of us who 11 minutes 22 seconds are still here, who are still here in the family line, living and moving. Now I'm seeing everyone kind of moving, interacting in their own little worlds. It's a structure we're seeing here, an etheric structure. But I'm seeing getting back to business. And look here, dig deep and finish strong. Your dreams are within reach. Some of you will be able to have things that you couldn't have because of these energies that are now leaving, right? And so they're saying, pull another card. Hey, I keep getting 8, another 8. The number 8 has been coming through a lot. Now 8 is a very lucky number. I know in Chinese culture, it's a lovely number of abundance, and 8's pretty cool, right? Like, do you need me to draw 8 cards? That's kind of what it felt like. The part of me was like, no, too much drawing. But anyway, 8's coming through. So for some of you, if you've been seeing the number 8 as well, oh, okay, go ahead. And this looks like an attempt to steal. Let's take a look at that, okay? Any negative objects, emotions, or people from your life. Filter, this keeps coming up. So this looks like an attempt to steal something. So we're just gonna gently remove that. So the kidneys, look, cleansing. So this is showing that wherever we have any toxic patterns or energies, this is going to be removed for us. And again, it's like Rick and Morty, you may find yourself or an aspect of yourself being removed along with those toxins, right? And it could hurt. But remember, it's not who you are. It's the pattern that you have cultivated over lifetimes. As I said that, my throat's seizing up. Yeah, lifetimes of trauma and drama. And also I'm getting trauma dump. So that's interesting. It feels like people, I don't want to say scapegoating, right? Because I think sometimes people are so quick to call like scapegoat, I was scapegoated, but and sometimes you were, but sometimes it's a matter of taking personal responsibility. It always has to be like in balance, right? But I am getting that people dumped their stuff on you. So 13 minutes, 31 seconds, as if they were like trying to dump their karma on you. They're trying to make you into something you're not, all this stuff. It's being cleaned up. So you don't want to judge during the process. You don't want to judge, period, but ever, because it's not up for you. Since when were you the karmic board? I'm just saying, what you doing down here, right? But I'm just saying, don't judge in the middle of this process, because you can't see who you are. If we're just moving these energies out here, it's going to move out some stuff. Then you're going to see more of who you are. Then any energies that you've been moving to the tune of, your patterns, all of this, it's going to move out. So then you can see a little bit more of who you are. Did I just see the word mask somewhere? I did, but I don't know if I saw it on a card, but it definitely came up. So you're going to be seeing more of who you are, okay? tongue, clarity. Oh, this is then, you're saying once that happens, notice all the other cards have 3 and that, 2, excuse me, 2 each. That had 3 and then I noticed this one 3. That one was removed and now this comes in. And what is this? This is the, it feels like the patriarch, the group leader, ancestral leader and line. And if you're watching this, I do not perceive that you are the group leader. You're not you're not the ancestral patriarch here, okay? Even though you may be, you know, feeling the ranks and stuff, you're not. And this is an elder, tribal elder that is off planet here that will then speak to the new crowd. Mwah.